small cog in that, and this coin, absolutely perfect. First day of issue from the courtside ceremony. It is the most exclusive coin maybe we've ever had.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Got little tingles there. We're all missing our sports in such a big way, so that's a feel-good moment. But we're gonna start here, very limited offer, and this is one of my favorites because it's all about the early releases of some of the most incredible places around the country, the national parks of America. So let's go here. This is really above average. This is MS66 graded, the early release with the V75 mark. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, well, this is special from a lot of reasons. First of all, the United States government is using that V75 as a Privy mark that's on there. The United States government has never done that before. V75 is to commemorate the 75th anniversary of our victory in World War II. That's what the V75 stands for. It's in a little cartouche, which is an outline, and the outline is an exact replica of the reflecting pool at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. It also bears a West Point mint mark. That's what makes this unique in its own right. The United States government does not make West Point mint marks and release them into circulation, generally speaking. But they started last year with this special Great American Treasure Hunt, where they decided, when I was growing up, you could kind of collect coins, you could find treasures in your change. That stopped literally decades ago, and the Mint said, you know, let's do that again. So starting last year, they took limited numbers of quarters and put West Point mint marks on them and released them into circulation. So when you get a National Parks quarter, any of these quarters that have the special national parks from 2019 or 20, look and see right there behind Washington's the back of his head there's a little W. If you find one with a W, even in your pocket change, even worn, it's a $20 coin. It's like finding a $20 bill. Well, this one is an early release. And since the United States government does not sell these, they only release them into circulation. High-graded coins are almost impossible to find. That's why we've got this Mint State 66 in an early release, and for only $99.95, certified that it came from the first 30 days of the release. And to me, as importantly, is the design of the coin, which is the American Samoa coin, which has got the kind of famous or infamous baby bat on it.
Look at that.
Which was a big, that's the American Samoa. That's an American fruit bat with her baby.
Oh, that's so cool.
That you see right there, And so this was a trending hashtag for a while, hashtag baby bat, that had followed that hashtag Baby Yoda. And so this was a really, really cool thing. This is that special release coin with the Privy mark, all certified incredibly high grade.
Wow. Well, what a way to start the show. I know that when we have a couple hundred available, and by the way, we have FlexPay at HSN, so